Yo, bendición, what up, everybody? Conquistador, back with another video. So, I want to make this a quick one and make it an extension of the first video, which is I think it's titled like shopping at thrift store or something like that. I just want to bang this one out because I am sleepy. It's late. I want to relax. So let's jump into it. So, in the first video, I had mentioned purchasing things from thrift stores, the Salvation Army, any kind of like used shops. If you get furniture, leave it outside. If you have a yard, if you're more in the city area, at the least try and sage it, whatever. But in the comments, shout out to everyone who commented. Thank you. I don't know why it skipped my mind, but not just clothing, but like and also shoes, but headgear. If you can, I personally, unless it was for a music video, I wouldn't buy headgear, caps and baseball hats and whatever hats, anything goes on your head. I would not buy used if you can help it. Another thing, wigs with human hair is not a good idea either, because at the end of the day, it was on the crown of someone else's ori, their head. And a lot of times, well, I can't say whether it's a lot of times or a few times, whatever, but in some people's itas, they can be told that they can't wear wigs, or that they can't wear, at the least, human hair wigs. So hats, even a lot of people, maybe, I don't know, wearing someone else's chanclas, wearing someone else's shoes, even like, not even like, oh, if you don't know if a person's dead at a thrift store. I mean, even in your own home. You're better off just, instead of putting on the shoes that belong to someone else just because it's closer to you, you're better off walking to your own chanclas and your own, put on your own hat, put on your own shoes, your own socks. For me, there's nothing like the feeling of fresh, two things, fresh tank and a fresh top, fresh socks. But socks, you're sweating in your socks. Don't be putting on other people's socks. Don't put on other people's hats. Even if it's at a thrift store or a used shop, or if you live with them. I don't care if it's your friggin' mom or your brother, sister, whatever. The fact is, you are you and they are them. You don't know what that other individual is going through. And even if that person is clean, let's say the Dalai Lama gives you his hat or whatever, assuming he's like a super elevated being, you need to keep your energy aligned with your stuff. And by putting on the essence of someone else, essentially, from a person's socks, their shoes, especially chanclas. You're not wearing socks and you're putting on their chanclas, or someone else's hat, their sweat, their ached, their essence that does not belong to you, because you have your own, they have your own, is coming on to yourself. Now you're taking it onto yourself by wearing someone else's hat, shoes, sitting on someone else's furniture you buy from a thrift shop and bring it in. You're bringing it onto yourself, and it simply does not belong there. Whether the person is good or bad is irrelevant, because there are good people out here. I know beautiful, beautiful souls out here, past co-workers, beautiful people who have wonderful hearts, but simply have a lot of negativity because, they don't believe in none of this. They don't cleanse themselves. They go to work maybe with their head uncovered, and they work with crazy people. Good people, but energetically, they're just so full of, how do you say, cargado with negativity, and vice versa. Negative, there could be horrible, hateful, black-hearted people out here that they may have a black-ass heart, but damn it, they stay on top of their baths and their cleanses, and they do what they gotta do. So if you can help it, don't wear other people's stuff. I don't care if they're alive. I don't care if they're dead. Try not to buy shoes and stuff from thrift shops, furniture. Um, you know, yeah, I've gotten stuff from thrift shops, but try and keep it on the lawn so it can disperse that energy of being around other people. Another thing, another thing that I forgot to mention is things that you may get from thrift store or whatever. Antique shop. I forgot to mention antique shops. Some people get rocking chairs from antique shops for their madama or whoever. Maybe a lovely statue. I know that I've gotten a statue that I thought was a nice representation of one of my guides, and I think that was at a Salvation Army. Um, maybe a lot of times at these places they're really really nice glasses like Boba does. I know in the past I've used a fishbowl, but there are some that are really really nice and really big, some small, whatever you need. And these places, Habitat for Humanity, they have nice glasses. And there's nothing wrong. Like if you see something, oh snap! I've been looking for a rocking chair. My madama's been asking for a rocking chair. This is the one. Snap! It's only $6. I'm gonna get it. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. Just before you sit your madama on that rocking chair, before you fill up that glass fill up that glass that you got from the Habitat for Humanity or whatever, the antique shop, and fill it with water and put it straight onto your boveda. Cleanse it. Florida water, holy water. You can never go wrong with holy water. Like holy water is a number one staple. You can clean anything with holy water, from the floors to your implements. Freaking solperas, they freaking put holy water on your head when they do a rogation. Holy water is in many facets of all these traditions. Holy water, holy water, holy water. The Catholic prayers, but honestly, as long as you're praying, it really doesn't matter. But smoke, sage, cigar, and cleanse the thing, the object, the glass, the rocking chair, the couch, whatever it is that you're bringing into your space. Or you find a beautiful doll to represent. Oh, there's a beautiful doll I want to represent my madama. Or this is a whatever you find. This what you have been looking for at a place you weren't expecting. Flea market too. I forgot to mention flea markets. But try not to wear human hair wigs. It's better quality, but you have to also keep in mind, as someone who's following a spiritual tradition, just go in understanding the spiritual ramifications of wearing someone else's ache on your head, someone else's hair, in essence, on your head. Because your head is your head. Your head is a world unto itself, and their head is a world unto itself. And you don't put someone else's world on top of your head. So, if you can help it, try not to do that. If you see someone else's hat, yo, that's a dope hat. Let me see what I look like in the mirror with that. Then don't see yourself in the mirror with the hat. Just admire it. But you don't need to take someone else's hat, put it on your head. There's been times where I've gotten a headache, before. Even brushing up at like thrift stores or whatever, and just brushing up, seeing what the clothes are or whatever, and just rubbing up against with my shoulders, get a headache. Because I'm sensitive like that. But of course, there's exceptions. Girls, you gotta have your fancy hair, your braids or whatever. When you put the human hair in because it's better quality. You don't know if that person was homeless or crazy, or what kind of depression or life they were living. But of course, I would prefer to not get shoes from a thrift shop because you don't know if it belonged to a crazy person or a depressed person or what state they were in. But if I need it for a music video, I'm going to get that hat, I'm going to get those shoes, I'm going to get that outfit and cleanse it to the best of my ability. Smoke tobacco, Florida water, holy water, salmedial, charcoal and all that, and just smoke the hell out of it. Use it for the purposes that I purchased it for. So I don't want you guys to get it twisted that I'm like totally against getting things from thrift shops, Salvation Army, used stores, antique stores, just these kinds of places. Just go on understanding that these objects and pieces of clothing and whatever have spiritual imprints of the previous owner or owners, and just clean it before you put it on your head or put it on your body or bring it into your home or put it onto your own bovada and use it as an implement. Because you find a beautiful crystal, you find it in a nice spot. Snap, this crystal would be $50 at East Meets West, and I found it over here in this little rinky-dink shop for $15, and it's a steal. I really want to get this because my Google's been asking for clear crystal quartz rock, whatever. Hell yeah, you get it, you cleanse it, and you say, I dedicate this to you. Ain't nothing wrong with that, okay, guys? So I think it covers it. There's nothing wrong with spiritual implements, rocking chairs and stuff, and wigs, hats. If I'm missing anything, even like, soperas, sometimes you find some bomb soperas in some of these places. Oh, you need a loco or whatever, you need a sopera. Sometimes, some nice soperas be in used places, like some nice antique ones. But if that's where you're going to be holding your rishas, you best be damned sure to clean it inside and out, because you don't know whose house that stuff was in. So it's just removing the spiritual imprints, the emotional imprints, whatever, of the previous owners. That's all I'm saying. Am I missing anything, guys? Am I missing anything? I think I'm good. Am I crooked? Right now? Okay. This is called a kia. I think it's called a kia. These kind of hats, kind of Chef Boyardee looking hats. I have to double check. If you know what these hats are called, let me know in the comments. I think it's called like kia, K-I-A, with an accent on the I, kia. But let me know. I think that's it, guys. So you guys have a wonderful night. And stay blessed. El Conquistador over now, guys. Peace.